We're launching ÉLEVEY today, and I'm so excited because I've been working on this brand for months now. 2020 COVID was the chance for me to start this project that I've been wanting to do for years. Hi everyone, this is Arvi, and today we're going to be talking about the new ÉLEVEY merch that came out. I'm happy because this is something I've wanted to do for a long time. I have so much to talk about when it comes to that brand, but I just recorded this whole video and I ran out of space on my C drive. First of all, I don't know why it was recording on my C drive. Everybody knows you need to record on your D drive. Duh. So it corrupted the video, the recording, so I have 10 gigs of video that I can't open. So I'm starting over, and I'm drinking my non-alcoholic drink. Pop that open. I have to start again. All right, so ÉLEVEY is obviously a twist on multiple things. First of all, it is actually the way you pronounce elevate in French. So élevé is how you say elevate in French, but it's not spelled like ÉLEVEY, like the brand name I just created. It's spelled like ÉLEVEY. And I didn't want English-speaking people to say ÉLEVEY because it didn't have the same grace as elevate and elevate. So I had this idea of mixing it with missharvey. Everyone knows it's Miss Harvey or missharvey, whatever if you're French or English. And if you combine it with ÉLEVEY and replace the ER, you have a ÉLEVEY or ÉLEVEY, which I think sounds better than ÉLEVEY. I pronounce it ÉLEVEY, just like the French way of saying it, and I decided to keep the accent. This was after lots of talk with my colleagues and my agent and my marketing team, and we thought that a lot of French companies keep their accents, so we decided why not? So ÉLEVEY is my brand name. So there's a lot of backstory with that brand name. I don't want to go too deep into it because I'm going to create a little website that's going to explain everything about it in better words than I would say to you. But one thing is that the brand, I want the brand to represent a lot of my values, a lot of roots too, as well as diversity, but also multicultural people. I kind of feel that I'm a Franglish person, Franglish. I don't really know how to spell and speak English really well, and I don't really know how to spell and speak French either anymore. So kind of a mashup of a culture, and I think that I'm a mashup of a human, and I want ÉLEVEY to represent all of that in the brand with strong, positive, elevating values, as well as the artists that makes this world on top of trying to make things better. So let's go through all the pieces together so I can explain a little bit behind the scenes with each of them. So I'm gonna start with the masterpiece that I'm wearing right now as well. It's the hoodie. You guys, I think, are calling that a pullover, but you're gonna have to accept that throughout this presentation, I'm gonna call it a hoodie. So I've been working with a company to create the garment and pick the right garment, and this one is quite special because I didn't expect it to look so cool when I got it. It's like this really shiny, soft texture, so it doesn't feel like too hot. It actually breathes a lot, and we wore it outside today with a lot of wind. It's kind of like winter time here, and the wind goes through it, so it's definitely more like a light hoodie to wear inside. And there's a lot of things about each pieces is that I designed most of them with the help of the team, but I was really picky with almost everything. But I love how they really got me, and it was kind of easy to work with the designer to create this. So first of all, we implemented a floral piece a little bit everywhere. You'll see a little bit later where this came from at first, but I wanted to keep like pastel colors and black and white, so that's what we worked on. And this is kind of this Easter egg of this piece. It actually means something in Korean. It means gamer girl in Korean. And guys, I know that you might think, oh, I don't want to wear this because I'm not a girl, but actually the reason why I decided to have a Easter egg that says Gamer Girl on it, it was for everyone to kind of take a stand and say, hey, I actually support women in gaming, and I think that gamer girls are quite kick-ass. So whether you are a gamer girl or you respect gamer girls or you want to support gamer girls, I think this is the kind of piece that can be a conversation piece when people ask you, hey, what is this about? And you can actually say whatever that represents for you without it being written in front like gamer girl, you know? So it's kind of an Easter egg, like I called it. And on the other side, for me, it's the wear your emotion on your sleeve kind of piece. This for me was like, I really love tattoos, and I think that one day I'll have beautiful tattoo sleeves, but I'm not there yet. So I wanted to express my desire to have this and have kind of a mashup of a bunch of emotions and values that are always conflicting into that floor piece that would represent that for me. So emotion on the sleeve, as well as obviously the colorful pattern being pushed in the hoodie. I think that these hoods need more love, and I like when there's something inside the hood, when there's a color or when there's a little something in there. Even though when you wear it, look, it kind of just comes out a little bit, like it's not too crazy. It's also a smaller hood than a lot of the hoodies. As you can see, it kind of stays on, so it can be really good undershirt, under your coat, and when you take out your coat, you don't sweat too much because it's actually pretty breathing. So I really enjoy it. So yeah, that's the hoodie. Max and I wore the medium, but the small is pretty big as well. It's really long. You have to think about that. Much longer than regular pullover. This is something that was really important for me because I don't want my little chub of love to come out. All right, so that's piece number one. Piece number two is gonna be the most simple piece I have on this collection, and it's called the black tee. The ÉLEVEY black tee has a lot of controversy on my team, so I really wanted to talk about it. This is a piece that was actually inspired by my agent. My agent only wears black tees with like a bomber and jeans or a suit. He's super, super cash and simple. So this is the kind of piece that really represents him. I had to add a flower, sorry guys. But this is the only black and white piece, and this is the only piece as well that I thought like a ÉLEVEY tag. All the other pieces have like a little bit of more work around the actual garment, but this one, it could be written whatever, right? And still kind of feel and look the same. But what is the most controversial about this piece is not that it kind of doesn't fit as much with the collection as everything else, but it's because the ÉLEVEY is actually not my logo. This is not the ÉLEVEY logo. This is just a random font that we took that I liked, that I didn't like enough to be the logo, but I liked enough to put on a t-shirt. If you are a company, you know how much your logo representation and your company name is important. And for whatever reason, I decided that ÉLEVEY, do not follow this advice, ÉLEVEY could be written in whatever font you want on art. So on art pieces, on clothing, on a painting, on commissions and whatnot, you can write ÉLEVEY however you want. And I actually want to experiment on how to write it. I want to have fun, sometimes subtle, sometimes more plain like this. And the reason why is I feel that the brand should express creativity, it should express flexibility. I don't want to get stuck with the same logo. But I do have a logo, and it's the one that you can see on all the social media right now on the website. So that's like the main ÉLEVEY logo. So whatever, I'm gonna actually write like official paper, or I don't know, I'll use that logo. But on pieces like that, it's actually gonna be written however the designer feel like it, and I kind of like it. I want to celebrate artists. I think they are underrepresented. And the second piece to show you that is the long sleeve one. Ta-da! So the long sleeve is another way of spelling ÉLEVEY, L-A and vey, which deconstructs the word ÉLEVEY. So the inspiration for this collection was a couple of things in the brand as well. It was deconstruction, pastel, aquarelle, not being finite. Like I want the art to kind of flow. So as you can see on this piece, it's not finished. Like the flower is juxtaposed on top and it looks unfinished with the painting, the drops of paint, and just overall the look of it. It doesn't feel like it's complete, and I like it that way. I want it to represent depth in the design. I want it to represent evolution, piece as well as gaming. You'll see a little bit of gaming stuff, but for me, this piece is my favorite print just because it looks like the flowers was handmade. If you look at the kind of the paint here, let me zoom up a little bit. It looks like someone, like the canvas was printed and then someone took paint and painted the flower on top. I saw this and I fell in love with the composition. I barely changed anything on it. All the other ones I changed a little bit. The only thing I changed on this garment when I got it was I made those lighter. They were a little darker and I couldn't feel the depth of the piece enough. So we made that lighter and I changed the texture. I thought the other texture was a little too rough, so made sure it was it was softer, but this is it. The Elevey garment, the long sleeve, and this one was completely inspired from just words, so the artist was really good with it. Captured the essence of the art I wanted to represent in the piece. Okay, this piece doesn't have a name. It is a long shirt, dress, pajama. Yeah, so it is like a whatever you want. I actually wear it as a chill dress inside with like sometimes shorts underneath. But pretty much this is a piece that we thought was just gonna be a shirt, and I wanted a shirt that had like the cut was different at the bottom. And then when we got it, we realized it was so long and it was so soft that for me, the piece completely changed. I wore it and I was like, this is not what I thought it was gonna be, but I wanna keep it that way. There's a design secret here. Do you guys see it? It is Little Loki. Little Loki is there. She is sleeping in the middle. And as you can see, there's like, it's not finished, like the print and the design continues. It's kind of pastel. It came out the colors less strong than we add on the screen. And I liked it, so I didn't ask to fix it. This is, like I said, this is random dumb luck, and that's the low-key pajama dress, whatever you want it to be. I'm sure some guys would even wear it because it's like a long shirt. It looks like those hipster long shirt that's kind of popular nowadays, but all I know is it's hella comfortable. Also, there's no cleavage kind of dress. I like it. I like that it's high, you know, dance with it. It doesn't show anything. It's very comfortable. I really like it. And it's actually the only product I've been wearing every day. I don't know why. The others I kind of don't want to. I want to keep like clean and whatnot. This dress I just wear all the time. Don't know what to wear, put the dress back on. I like it a lot. This is where it gets a little more gaming. This is the Pew Pew Vaporwave crop top. This one is a large. It is very large, okay? If you usually wear large, it's probably like an X large. You know, it's probably a size too big for everyone. I love the way the Pew Pew was written. We just changed a little bit like the construction behind, but I kind of wanted to do this piece every color. We started with the white hoodie, but this would have a white crop top, but this was so cute on a black canvas. It's also really cute on a neon yellow, which I might do. Actually might do neon yellow ones, but yeah, in the bottom here is like a little bit of an undone finished, like it was someone cut it, and so it really feels loose. And the thing I like about it is I wear it sometimes with t-shirts underneath, and it feels great because it's not too heavy. It's still very light. All of this collection started months ago. It started actually last winter. So most of them I thought were gonna come out for summer. So I wanted light stuff, but you know what? I'm still pretty happy and I still wanted this collection to come out. So it came out a little bit later and it doesn't really fit with the weather, but anyway, I'm not going outside anymore. So I just wear all of this inside. It doesn't matter that it's cold outside. Another Pew Pew one. Okay, this one was my agent really wanted a tie-dye. I actually didn't even know what it was before. I'm learning a lot creating these pieces. Sorry, Max is playing a tournament, but this is what it is. I have to record right now. There's no time. We're shipping, so I have to record right now. So this is the Pew Pew Love piece. I want to have the discussion about how games don't equal violence, and violent games don't equal violence. So for me, being known as Pew Pew, doing a lot of Pew Pew games, when you sub on my Twitch, I Pew Pew, I welcome you. Been a shooter gamer for years. And I actually don't like violence. I'm someone that prones for positivity, that prones for healthy gaming practices, that really focus about how game actually can make you a better person. And I think that this is my piece with it. The tie-dye with the flower is my way of saying gaming in peace. So it's the pew pew piece one. So I wanted two things that were completely opposite, violence into games, pew pews, and a rose to be connected together. So pew pew piece tie-dye. Hope you like this one. Huge. So a lot of this is me learning to work with the garment and the company that I work with, right? This is the bomber, but it turned out there was a little bit more like an autumn bomber. You know, you put on a scarf, you put this if it's a little windy, and then you feel great. Because the texture is kind of like a windbreaker, but it's more like a bomber, I would say. There's pockets inside, but yeah. And so this is the pew pew bomber. It was a little surprise when I got it because it was all broderie. So it's not a print. It's actually broderie and it looks fabulous. This is the same flower as that's on the black tea sleeve. And as you can see here, it was integrated with the pew pew. And I know I talked about this construction and depth into the design, and you can see it here. Look, there's parts of the flowers that are above the pew pew, other parts that are underneath. And I know it's just a little detail, but it comes out so beautiful. It's like the flower grew out of the pew pew. So it's kind of represent the peace and love thing that I was talking to you about, but I wanted it into another way, like a simple way. And that was my way of doing it. So the ÉLEVEY Pew Pew Bomber is something I love and I hope that you'll enjoy. And the rest of it is completely plain. So it's just a black bomber. And the sizing is, let me see, this is a male medium and it fits really well on me. It's a very simple bomber, but I like it. Okay, and the last piece of the collection is the masks. The mask I was actually super picky about. I had redone a couple of times. I wanted a high quality masks that look great. So I wanted a mask that, first of all, wasn't falling and hurting me. I have a pretty big face. It's actually a little big for small faces, so I would recommend it like twisting if you have a really, really tiny face. So it's the same print. It's the flower print from the drop, the collection #1, and one size more yellow, one size more blue. It's actually double-sided, so there's actually two texture. See, I'm like opening it and it's kind of like honeycombs inside. So, and there's like a little sewing here for your nose. So it's not symmetrical, right? You have to put like your nose at the top here and it stays really well, doesn't hurt my ears. Quite a fan of my mask. It's one of the most beautiful masks I have, if not the most beautiful mask I have. So I'm really happy. And if you wear it in combo, you quite are gonna look like the badass. Like I buy my mask to fit with my hoodie. And right now I'm working to have most of the profit, if not all profit from the mask, to be given away to one of the charity I work with. At the time I record this video, I'm finalizing what that means. Everything is going super fast, so this is what it is. But I'm recording what that means, and hopefully it's gonna mean something good very soon. So the Harvey mask, the ÉLEVEY mask, is something we planned before COVID, and it turned out that it became extremely relevant now that COVID is on. It was something that Emmy said on CLG Red. She said, oh, masks are kind of cool, and she said that like a year ago, way before COVID. It's really cool in Japan and Korea, and I kind of like masks. And I was like, okay, why don't I make a mask? And then COVID hit, and I was like, yeah, now I have to make a mask. So this is it. This is the ÉLEVEY collection #1, the drop #1. I'm super excited for that. Cannot wait to see what you guys think. Cannot wait to see the reaction online. I don't know if I'm gonna sell 1 piece or 5 piece. I have no idea what the reception is gonna be. I cannot wait, and I'm super excited and nervous. And like Katia, my model and photographer, said, the first piece and first drop is probably the hardest, right? Then you don't know what your community wants. You've never worked with someone to create merch before or a brand before, so it's all coming into place. And then collection drop #2 hopefully will get better and better, and everything is just gonna make more sense. But yeah, this is a dream come true for me. I can't believe it's happening. If you like what I do, obviously I'm gonna say it without sounding too crazy, but let me know if you bought a piece. We have a Discord, so go post your images in the Discord with your brand pieces. We're currently discussing if we're gonna have a permanent collection on top of that drop, when it's gonna be drop number 2, what are the pieces that are gonna be in the permanent collection. So there's a lot of questions still in the air, and your reception towards the collection is really gonna have a huge impact on what you guys want. And if there's a piece you like, especially let me know in the comments. And if there's a piece you wish I did, let me know as well in the comments. Launching my merch line. Okay, my agent said to stop saying merch line. It's not a merch line, it's a brand, guys. It's ÉLEVEY brand. On all social media at ÉLEVEY brand.